The Declaration of Independence is built around profound ideas. Among these, Tutti gli uomini sono creati uguali stands out. This phrase has resonated across centuries, symbolizing a universal quest for equality. By asserting equality, the Declaration challenged societal norms. This idea sparked debates and inspired movements worldwide. In 1776, the concept of equality was radical. Monarchies dominated and hierarchies were entrenched. It was not just about American independence, it was about human rights. From abolitionists to civil rights activists, it became a rallying cry. Today, it remains central to discussions of justice and liberty. The American colonies in the 18th century were under British rule. This period was marked by growing dissatisfaction among colonists. British policies imposed heavy taxes and restrictive laws. The Stamp Act of 1765 was particularly contentious. It required colonists to pay a tax on every piece of printed paper. The Tea Act of 1773 further fueled discontent. It granted the British East India Company a monopoly on tea sales. This act led to the infamous Boston Tea Party. On December 16, 1773, colonists disguised as Mohawk Indians boarded British ships. They dumped 342 chests of tea into Boston Harbor. This act of defiance was a pivotal moment in American history. The road to independence was fraught with challenges. The Revolutionary War began in April 1775 with the battles of Lexington and Concord. These early conflicts showed the colony's determination to resist British rule. Amidst the conflict, the Continental Congress played a crucial role. Convening in Philadelphia, it became the de facto government of the colonies. In June 1776, Richard Henry Lee of Virginia proposed a resolution for independence. The Congress appointed a committee to draft a formal declaration. This committee comprised notable figures including Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin. They were tasked with articulating the colony's reasons for seeking independence. On July 2, 1776, Congress voted for independence. 2 days later, the Declaration was adopted. Thomas Jefferson is often credited as the principal author of the Declaration. His eloquence and philosophical grounding were instrumental. Jefferson drew on Enlightenment ideas, particularly those of John Locke. John Adams, another key figure, was a fierce advocate for independence. His persuasive arguments in Congress were crucial. Benjamin Franklin, known for his diplomacy, also played a vital role. He provided editorial input and helped refine the text. Franklin's international relationships were valuable. Other members of the drafting committee also contributed. Together, they encapsulated the colony's desire for freedom and self-governance. The Declaration of Independence is structured into distinct sections. The introduction sets the stage, asserting the necessity of explaining their actions. It emphasizes the colony's right to assume a separate and equal station. Following the introduction, the Declaration lists grievances against King George III. This section outlines the injustices suffered by the colonies. It includes taxation without representation, the dissolution of colonial legislatures, and the maintenance of standing armies. These grievances justified the colony's decision to seek independence. The third section is the colony's assertion of independence. It announces the colonies as free and independent states. It asserts their right to levy war, conclude peace, and establish commerce. The Declaration of Independence had profound, immediate effects. Domestically, it unified the colonies under a common cause. It provided a clear statement of intent, rallying support for the Revolutionary War. The Declaration also served as a powerful diplomatic tool. It articulated the colony's position to foreign nations, seeking support and recognition. Globally, the Declaration resonated as well. It inspired revolutionary movements in France and beyond. The French Revolution drew heavily on its principles. The idea of popular sovereignty and natural rights spread across Europe. The Declaration became a symbol of the fight against tyranny. Today, the Declaration of Independence remains relevant. Its principles of equality and freedom continue to resonate. The phrase "Tutti gli uomini sono creati uguali" still challenges us to strive for equality. The Declaration's ideas influence contemporary debates on human rights and democracy. In the United States, the Declaration is a touchstone for civil rights movements. It inspires ongoing efforts to achieve social justice. Its language is invoked in legal battles and political discourse. The document's ideals guide the nation's aspirations and values. Internationally, the Declaration's impact is evident. It has influenced the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Declaration of Independence is more than a historical document. It is a living symbol of the quest for freedom. Its ideas have shaped societies and inspired generations. The Declaration's legacy endures, challenging us to continue its mission. Reflecting on its impact, we must consider other transformative documents. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and others have left their mark. They, too, reflect humanity's aspirations for freedom and equality. As we look to the future, questions remain. How can these principles be realized in today's world? Ultimately, the Declaration of Independence calls us to action.